forget not all his benefits. Wait a minute. There's more than one? Y'all didn't get that. Y'all didn't get that. He said, don't just forget the benefits you like, but thank him for all. Look at your neighbor, say all his benefits. Now watch where he begins, y'all. Now the Holy Roller's not gonna like this. He firstly says he forgives all our iniquity. Now, in order for him to forgive, there firstly has to be an error. I ain't got no PhD level pastor, but that's just good sense. If you ain't done nothing, you don't need part in it. Now this is why people won't join our churches. It's because we preach the y'all have sin gospel. We love to talk about somebody else's child who's on drugs, somebody else's marriage that falls apart, and we come to church and pretend when we get positions and when we get power, we act like we ain't never done nothing and ain't never messed up, and when other people fall down, we put out their sin. But last time I checked, Jesus died for everybody. He forgives. But watch what God does. Now, this word in Hebrew that they use for forgiveness, what it does is it's only attributed to God. That word that they use there, it is not as if I error with William Jordan and he forgives me. That's not the same kind of forgiveness that God gives to you and I did my homework. Watch this. When you forgive Shanae, Lakeisha, whatever her name is, Darren, whatever, you know. If you give me your name, please don't jump me up too. It's all lovely. But look, when you forgive them, you make the decision to let it go. When you forgive somebody, it don't change what they did. You choose to let it go. Now watch this. But when God forgives you, not only does he let it go, but he elevates your status. Y'all missed that. And I think I need to drop that like it's hot one more time. I say, when you forgive your neighbor, all you do is let it go. You still a liar, they still a liar, the status has not changed. But when God forgives you, not only does he pardon the sin, but he gives you a new name. I wish I had somebody in here that didn't mind lifting your hands up and testifying that I am redeemed. No. I need somebody in here that don't mind praising God, because not only did God forgive that sin, but he elevated you. He forgives all of our iniquities. Ain't you glad that God don't pick and choose what he forgives? But he forgives all your stuff. Not only does he do that, but then he heals all of my diseases. Now see, some of us can't shout on that because we don't like to admit we sick. But can I tell you how I know you sick? Because it is 9:35 on a Sunday morning, and instead of you snoring and drooling in your bed, you woke up this morning, put on your best Baptist suit, came to Lyons Unity because you needed a word from the Lord. Stop treating church like it is a museum and start acting like what it really is. It's a hospital for sick people, for sinners. Do I have any sick people in here that say, God, I need you to heal my diseases? I'm a sin sick, messed up sinner, but I need you to heal me. All right, I gotta go. All right, I gotta move. Remember, let's just remember you've been forgiven. Also, remember you got freedom. See, when God pardons your sin, it don't matter who know your dirt. And that's when you got to tell yourself in worship, I know the people around me know the stuff I used to do. Some of them know the stuff I do right now. I should have got some more help right there. But whom the Son set free. The Bible says he is free indeed. Okay, what they're suggesting here, Dr. Jordan, what they're suggesting here is that Old Testament kinsman redeemer. See, what happened in the Old Testament, somebody in the family would mess up. And that one family member's mess up would mess up the entire family. Y'all got cousins like that. And so one of the relatives who had more than the others had to go purchase the freedom of his captive family members. Church folk don't know when to pray. I'm saying one more time. When a family member would mess up, it would ruin the entire family. But there was one member who had more than the other members of the family. He was known as the kinsman redeemer. And what that kinsman redeemer would do, he would purchase the freedom of his family who was enslaved. One Friday night, on the hill far away, the old preacher would say he died. I wish I had some helpers in here. He died. Didn't he die? But early Sunday morning, he got up with all power, and our kinsman redeemer, his name is Jesus. I'm out here. You're free, but remember, you got favor. Now see, I was, back when I used to go to the barbershop, I don't know what happened. I don't have no hair like right here, but I got a lot back here. I don't know what's going on with that. But I don't know. So when I used to go to the barbershop, you got all the philosophers in the barbershop. Ain't read nobody Bible. Ain't read nobody, commentary. Went to Sunday school on Mother's Day and now they're a doctor of theology. Get out of here, man. They solving all the problems of the world. I love the barbershop. Barbershop talk is the bomb, So in there, one of the doctors was in there. He was saying, God ain't fake. God ain't fake. He give somebody that, and then he gives somebody else that. And if God was fair, and if he loved us, and we're his children, wouldn't he bless us all equally? Now, y'all preaching me, I was sitting there and I was grinding myself in my chair. Because I just wanted to jump in and they argued that thing. So finally, when it got done, I just put my, walked out, put my ball cap and, started heading out the door. And I said, I personally don't want God to be fair with me. Because if God was fair with me, I should have died in my mama's womb. Because we are sinners. And you and I should have died after the first sin. But ain't you glad that you got favor from the Father? That he looks beyond. I wish I had some help in there. He looks beyond your faults. And he sees your needs. I got to get out of here, but I wish I had some people in here who could praise God for favor. I said, I wish I had some people in here this Sunday morning that didn't mind saying, God, thank you for favor. You see, favor got me the child that I work on right now. Somebody here, your education level does not match the job that you got right now, but ain't you glad for favor? help some of us graduate from college. Somebody graduated summa cum laude. Somebody graduated magna cum laude. But there are a few witnesses in here that got favor on their life. And you can lift your hand and say, I graduated. Thank you, Lord. Because it was grace and mercy that brought me safe this far. And grace will lead me on. Is there anybody here that can wave your hand and say thank you for my favor? Say thank you for my favor. Lyons Unity, you are a blessing name. For churches closed every day, but God has blessed you for 50 years to be open and to get bigger. Is there anybody here that will thank God for the preachers in these pulpits? Thank you for O.C. Johnson. Oh, man. Thank you for William Jordan. Now bless this church. Strengthen this church. And we thank you in advance for 50 more years. We thank you for 100 more years. We thank you for new buildings. We thank you for a renovated sanctuary. Is there anybody here that will bless him name or magnify the Lord with me? And let's exalt his name together. Is there anybody here that will say thank you for forgiving me? Thank you, Jesus, for dying for me. Thank you, Lord. Look at your neighbor and help me prove a sermon. Say, neighbor, I got something I want to say. I was sinking deep in sin, very far from the peaceful shore, very deeply, stay within, sinking.